Starting up, landing gear needs to be down. The landing gears are right over here, and you can see gear down and locked. They are in down condition. Landing gear down. Parking brake is on. Parking brake is right over here underneath the landing gears. You can say park brake pull on. They are pulled. So they are checked. Master battery switch. So master battery switch is right over here. So master battery switch is down as well, not turned on. So master battery switch is off. Landing lights. All the lights are under the lights section. You can see the landing lights, taxi lights, panel, flood, navigation, beacon, strobe, and ice light. They all are off in condition. So landing lights, they are off. Taxi lights off. Navigation lights off. Beacon off. Flaps down, extended, full. The flaps are right over here under the flap section. The flaps have three variations. The very first one is the in transit, when they are fully retracted. After that, they will be in approach, and then after that it will be down. And in the down condition, you will see for each variation, you will see a light coming on next to the flaps that tells you on which level the flaps are. Making sure that when your battery is off and the flaps are down, you won't see any flaps movement in your aircraft. And the reason for that is because in Beechcraft BE58, the flaps are electronic. So until you have the battery turn on, you won't see the flaps movement, or you won't see any actions or any change of behavior in the flaps. So flaps are down. Strobes off. Strobe light, again coming to the lights. Strobe lights are off. All the lights are off at this point. So at this point, the initial cockpit check is perfectly, it's to a condition where I wanted it to be, and we have completed the initial cockpit check. All right, so now the next checklist is engine start checklist. For that, we are starting up with master battery switch on. Master battery switch on is right over here. I'm going to turn it on. Master battery switch is on. You can see the movement of the flaps being down now since the battery is on. Check. Avionics master switch off. Avionics master switch is right over here. As you can see, is off, already in condition. Check. Left alternator switch on. Left alternator switch is right next to the battery switch. Will turn it on. Left magneto switch to start. Now this aircraft comes with two switches, two magneto switches, and right now we will start with the left one. So the left magneto switch needs to be in the start condition. It starts with the off, going to the right, left, both, and then after that it will start. But we won't switch it to start until we have the mixtures both left and right fully forward. We have to pull them all the way up. We have to increase the throttle a little bit on the left hand side. Raise the throttle a little bit, not too much. And then after that, we can turn on the engine on the left side. It will automatically switch the magneto switch from start to both. You don't have to revert it to both. And then once you have the engine startup and running, you can revert the throttle back to its idle condition. So coming back to the checklist, left magneto switch to start, we already did that. Left power lever, idle, full back, it is already did that. So left magneto switch, check both. So now it is in the both condition. That is done as well. Now moving on to right alternator, it's the same function. We'll turn on the right alternator, turn on the right magnetos, keeping it at both. Do not start until you have the throttle a little bit raised, not too much, just a little bit, and then you can start. Once you have it, revert the throttle back and follow up with your checklist. Right alternator switch is on already. Right magneto switch to start. Right power lever, idle. Right magneto switch, check both. So we have done all those functions and your engine is started. Everything is good. At this point, we still not have the cockpit fully ready to begin our flight, but this actually makes sure that your engine is up and running. At this point, you can turn on your lights as well, especially the beacon light and the landing lights. As you can see from outside, the aircraft is ready. We have the beacon light on the top. We have the right propeller, left propeller, and the landing lights showing off that they are in on condition. Now we need to get ready for the taxi. We need to make sure the flaps are fully retracted. So we'll make sure of that. Flaps fully retracted. Flaps are fully retracted. Check. Avionics switch. So avionics switch is right over here. Avionics switch is on. Check. Lights as required. So for this point, I still did not get any taxi clearance, but in case if you got the taxi clearance, you can turn on the taxi lights. In this case, I will do it. The taxi lights are on. The landing lights are on. The beacon lights are on. Radios required. I'm connected to the Manchester ground right now, and that is fine by me, but you can connect to any radio frequency that you want it to be for your own desired, or on which path of either you're doing a taxi or either you're trying to approach the clearance for that airport. You can switch that desired radio frequency. Transponder on and set. The transponder is right over here, is also provided by Garmin, is GTX327 in this aircraft. I believe in the Flight Simulator 2020 it will come up as well. So we will put it into standby mode. So as soon as you click on standby, it will turn on. Right now it's the default frequency of, for me it's 1343, but you can change the frequency by hitting the numbers beneath it. It can be any number. So the transponder is on and set. So that concludes my checklist for me to get ready before I actually contacted the ATC and get my clearance. So stick around and please make sure to watch the next video and how to get this plane ready for taxi and taking off. I hope this video is informative, and I try to cover as much information as I can to my best knowledge. If something that I'm missing and needs to be corrected, please do let me know through a feedback. I'd be happy to actually make sure that other people who are watching this video should also acknowledge those corrections and make sure that they have the right way of starting up the Beechcraft Baron BE58. For that, thank you so much for watching. This is Fancy signing off, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you and bye.